Welcome to the bonus episode of OneShot. So this will feature some miscellaneous stuff that couldn't really fit in the other videos. Now, big spoiler warning, if you haven't played OneShot or if you haven't seen my other videos, please go do that now, because this will also contain spoilers for OneShot. Anyway, let's first have a look at the different dialogue options. So some of these are very minor, but I just wanted to show them anyway. Now, one thing you might notice is that the sprite for Nico is actually a bit different, and that's because it's not actually Nico, it's the world machine. So that's like the lore for why you can replay the game, is because it's actually just a recording. Now, the fact that you can choose different dialogue options is a bit confusing in that case, but I think there is a lore reason for it. The world machine can kind of create those options because the world machine knows how to, the world machine kind of runs the world independently now. So it can just figure out what the options would have led to, even though you didn't choose them. I think that's the lore reason. Oh yeah. Also, if you don't ask Nico to do a robot voice, like, why would you do that? That's just boring. Also, yeah. So in the Glen, it's very important that you get this tube of water for a side quest. So just ask the guy for it and get that. So you need it for 2 achievements, actually. Also, one thing, you actually can't get to a lot of places at the start. You really need to talk to Maze first, which I did the first time around. But yeah, lots of it is blocked off by vines. This guy is like, yeah, no, but you're carrying the sun, so like, please drop it off somewhere or whatever. And that's why I have to go to Maze first. The one place that actually isn't blocked off is this part, which is kind of weird, because you only need this later. But you can already unlock this hint right here. And you can also just not give Maze the sun. I don't know why you would do that. It doesn't accomplish anything, because you have to give it to her anyway to progress. But it's an option. Alright, so I'm back to being the live commentated me instead of the post commentated me. So I actually noticed, so when I closed the game, I just went into the bed in the Glen. The background went back to my normal wallpaper background, but now it's back to this one. So I guess as long as you haven't figured out that code, it will keep doing that. But hey, here's the dream again. This is all the same. But I just wanted to save here because I had to go. Yeah, I think this is all the same. I could say no. I mean, yeah. Wait, you just saw one in my dream. I can say me neither. Guess we have that in common. But you can't see in the ocean now, in this world anyway. As for me, I've seen them on TV before. I never thought I'd get to ride a boat through one. The water back home doesn't have glowy stuff like how it is here either. But I guess it's because the world is already so dark. You know, I used to be scared of the dark. It's a little hard to imagine that now after spending so much time here. Yeah, okay. You know what, let's just say this. I guess. Otherwise I wouldn't last long here. Then again, I've been carrying out the sun, so it's not too bad. And also I don't feel scared at all with you guiding me. So thanks for that. Anyway, maybe we should head out now. Okay, so let me switch back to this. So, I gave the thing to Maze, but you probably saw that. These puzzles go really quickly, now that I actually know what to do. Alright, we're here now, so we can do the round minigame. So, because Nico's not holding the light bulb anymore. Yes. Okay, yep. So we don't want to, Oh, Lulu can help? No way. Okay. So I don't want to have to reset this puzzle because this is an achievement if you do it first try. So you have to move the first one down, then the next one left, like, for a while. Then you move the other one left, so you can move it, yeah?
Okay, I think I got it. I really hope this is correct, because otherwise I'm just screwed. I see no reason why this wouldn't work. Okay, I think I got it. Nice. And that's it. I mean, you just get the achievement and nothing else is really different about that. So, yeah, cool. Okay, so we got the wool. Now we can actually do something interesting with this. So you know this guy who you trade with? So yeah, trade. Okay, so we can trade this, because it's kind of useless. Fabric dye? No, you don't want it. You want me to haggle? Really? So yeah, the is not really no, it's just like, nah, I want something more than that. I wanted a better offer. Holy smokes. Forget I was doing a trade for golf for a second there. Okay, okay. In that case, I'll also throw in this commemorative t-shirt, which is actually really important. So this one you do have to accept. Okay, pleasure doing business. I herded rams and all I got was this mousy t-shirt. Which is funny. But this is actually useful for something later, which you might already know. If you've seen me do the refuge, you probably already know where this is going. But anyway, right now we need to just return Alula. So we have this now. Now we also have the bottle of dye, so we can just leave. But we actually don't want to do that. Now let me check what you actually have to trade. Oh, you have to try to trade the bottle of dye. Well, in that case, I've already messed up. That's unfortunate. Oh. Wow. I should have read that sooner. So I'm gonna have to play this game again just to get that one achievement. Oh my god. No way. It's fine. Well, we can still try trading everything else. I think we have everything that we need. Yeah, you need to trade some things back, which is really stupid. Some things that you already got. Oh yeah, this is Rue, by the way. Just wanted to point that out. And the friend is the author. Don't think there's anything else. We don't think we need to go into the courtyard. I think we can just go. So at this point we also have to get the light bulb back. Yeah. Okay. Then the light goes back on for whatever reason. So yeah, a kernel of corn. Nico even says it, and I'm just an idiot. I did not realize that that's, yeah. But anyway, you can try to trade that. It doesn't work. But it's part of the achievement. Are there any other things that I have to do here? I don't think so, so... I mean, all of the other ones I've done, basically. Yeah. Yeah. So I got the tube of water from the research station, that's all I need there. And then, yeah, the extreme bartering one, which I've kind of messed up now. So at this point we can just kind of leave. But I'll do the other ones for the extreme bartering, and maybe maybe it actually saves the ones I did before, because I did try to trade the bottle of dye back. I remember that. I went the wrong way. This is the way to get out. We don't want to go quite yet. I am bad at knowing where to go in this area. I think it was here. I mean, that's probably like the only other option, so yeah. Okay, let's just... Hey, let's just trade the light bulb. Thomas, no. Okay, let's just trade the strange journal. Wait, trade this? Don't you want to find out what it says first? Oh yeah, I've tried that one before. Seed left behind, but what if it's like her baby? I can't give away someone's baby like that, especially not through a bird. Hey. Okay, we can trade this back. I ain't taking that back. The shepherd was handing those out a while ago. But does that look like it'll fit me? Huh? T-shirts aren't exactly made for people with wings. True. Don't think it's right to trade this way. There's this guy who would trade me the best things for them. One time he brought me this little machine that plays music. Oh yeah, music box. We actually, this is Cedric, and this is actually something you do in the solstice ending. Which, by the way, the true ending is called the solstice ending, apparently. We can trade this. Do I like glass? Yeah. Oh yeah, I've also tried that. And then finally we have the feather pen. Wasn't the whole point of trading this so that we could make a pen? Let's not trade this away. Okay, Nico. So what have I not tried now? I guess it's just that one. Yeah. Literally the only thing I didn't trade was the bottle of dye because I combined it with the feather pen. So that's... I mean, that's a stupid way to to lock yourself out of one of the achievements. But oh well. I'll come back. You'll see me in my second playthrough now. Or third playthrough, I guess. Doing that. Right now. And I'll probably not say anything special. It'll just say, hey, achievement unlocked. Cool. I wasted so much time for this.
Alright, I've already traded this and this. Now I can trade this. How about this glass tube full of water I got from a robot? Do you like glass? Do I? Do you? I love glass so much. So much that I have too much glass and not enough other things. I gotta get rid of some of my old bottles and vials to make room for new stuff. That's why I set up a trade post in the first place. Yep. So that's a no-go. But that did give the achievement. Alright, so that means I now have all of the achievements in this game, which feels very weird to say. And I'm not that excited about it. Because it's kind of just... I mean, it was gonna happen. Yeah. I'm not excited. Also, it's like midnight right now. So... don't want to be too loud.
But anyway, let's now go to the refuge. So we can still do the side quest. We're not locked out of that one, and that's the really important one. So yeah, pen, cool. We can move on. So for those of you who've been keeping track, we have Ram Whisper, we have all of these. The only ones we don't have, so this one is the one we can't get now. This one is in the refuge. This one we will get at the end of the game. And this one is also something you get at the end of the game. With the end of the game, I mean the first playthrough. Interesting to note how this theme plays here. Also interesting to note how the squares are red. The first one was green and then this is all red. Okay. Alright. Actually, what if we try to go back? Nope, okay. Now at this point, there is a guy here. So yeah. Okay, cool. The surface, yeah, cool. Then yeah, okay. The sacred kernel. So, this is a sacred kernel. Like a kernel of corn, I have this. It was left behind by the plant lady in the glen. That is indeed the kernel. Then it is your duty to regrow her. Do you understand what you must do? Yes. Okay. I should have probably said no, then I would have gotten more of an explanation. Also, to the left of here is the helicopter, but we can't go there right now. Or where the helicopter did land, where the flying machine landed. So this is apparently the garden, which... There's no dirt. I mean... Yeah, doesn't really seem like that would work. Let me check the achievement. I think there was something about dirt. So, tube of water, equip the seed, plant the seed. Oh, we need to go to the apartments, and then we need... Yeah, okay, we need to get dirt from the apartments. Alright, so I booted up the game again, and yeah, it was just the same as usual. You know, I expected nothing different, but Nico asks here if I have a birthday or not, so let's just say no. I see. Makes sense since you're a god. Let's just say no to everything. Well, they're tasty. Maybe you should give them a chance, you know? Okay, I think this is all the same. Just gonna say no. Sounds a bit lonely. Yeah, okay, I think this is all just the same. Alright, there are a couple of things we can do in the apartments. So first of all, I saw we have the Roomba here. And I think there's a separate dialogue option here. Resist urge to ride on it. I wasn't going to. Oh, you can just... okay. Okay, it's not much different. So Nico wasn't going to ride on it if I didn't tell him. That's interesting. Anyway, we also have this here, which is more important. First of all, cactus. But secondly, hello there. You have a lot of plants. I do. Grew all of these myself, you see. Feel free to ask me about them. Oh, you're a gardener, right? Yep. Do you happen to have any dirt? For growing plants, I mean. Yup. Do you need some? Yep. I'm supposed to plant the seed left by a plant lady. But the pot in the garden doesn't have any soil. I see. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Everyone knows maize. Here, take this whole bag. Wow. That's gonna be heavy. Isn't that going to fill up all of your item slots? Okay, this isn't lethal company. Bag of dirt for growing plants. So this is something we'll need later. So I have the tube of water and the dirt, and that's all we need right now. Let's just see if there are any other dialogue things. Yeah. Okay, I think that's just... Okay, good luck with that seed now. I think that's... Yeah, I think that's everything. Alright, let's just check if there's anything left here. Nope, okay. Then I'll just get these items. This is probably just the same as always, so I'll just cut again. Oh, I solved this puzzle and I just wanted to know, I think this is the same code as last time. That's interesting, because normally the codes are always different, but this one seems to be the same. I mean, there's probably nothing special about that, but yeah. Wait a sec, I've just realized something. So, you input the password into this. So, What if you just input solstice? That wasn't it? Okay, that's interesting. Oh, here's a different dialogue option. Did we? I don't remember this. I genuinely don't. What did I even say last time? Probably a village, but something that isn't like a ship. Well, maybe not a ship. Can you imagine living in a city like this though? I can't. It's kind of scary, but also really cool. Okay, maybe I did respond to that. I really don't remember that. So yeah, you can just input this code whenever you want because it's always the same thing. So I guess that's a speedrun strat. Not that people... I don't know, do people speedrun this game? Who knows? Alright, apparently I did everything here. You can just do all of the dialogue options, so let's just resume awkward silence instead. Wow, this is taking a while. Yeah, if you if you resume the awkward silence, it does take a while. Oh, finally, Jesus. Let me check what's what the thing is. Okay, yeah, it's just the vision of the fox. Now it's like when you know it's there, it's very clear that it's that. But like otherwise you won't really recognize it immediately. Yeah, okay. So yeah, there's no danger in this. This is just the vision that Nico has for all of the like meta level characters in the game. Let's see if there's any... Oh, there's no one here. That's interesting. Maybe I need to come back later for that? Who knows? It's kind of funny. I keep starting and stopping recordings because I think nothing's gonna happen for a while, but then I realized this is something with an achievement, so we can do this. This is where you put the novelty t-shirt. I see you have the club uniform. You may come in. Oh! Wow. I wasn't expecting this. Yep. It's good to see you too. I was gonna say basically the same thing. This ram doesn't react to me at all, except the word ba is written on its wool. That one isn't a ram. That one is read only. Oh, that's... Oh wait, that's a good joke. Because it's like RAM as in random access memory. And this is ROM, read only memory. That's a good joke. Okay, that's a really meta level joke. I love it. I love how they all jump up. Secret RAM club. An electric kettle. Looks like it's boiling water. Alright, it's almost lunchtime. Would you like to stay for a nice cup of, ram? Oh my god. I'll pass. Come to think of it, we're probably out of ramen. Well... Ow! Careful, if you touch a SRAM, you're in for a shock. Static shock. Oh, it's static RAM because the RAM is not moving. Funny. Oh my god, that's so funny. Don't bite me. Didn't even interact with her. I don't know what this is supposed to represent in a computer, but it's something. Anyway, what do you say? So, we meet again. Hello. Wait, aren't you from the village? Yes, but the rams are ever present. True, you always have random access memory. In the village, in the city, even in your heart. Okay. If rams wore shoes, they would have flip-flops. Is that a... that's probably a computer science joke. I think that's like a... I don't get it. Yeah. I used to host the official Ram Club wiki site, but we kept having page faults due to rams getting out of the server room. Okay. That one I at least sort of got. People who actually study computer science will find this hilarious. I found that one mildly funny. What? 404 runoff? I have no idea what any of that meant. I told you the dialogue for these achievement rooms is great. Like, the Roomba is also just amazing. I guess that's it for my jokes. It cannot be helped. They were quite bad. I got that one. Oh, okay. Well, I did not realize that was just a door also. Thank you. Anyway, I think now, for real, nothing's going to happen for a while, so I'll cut the recording here. Alright, I was right about there not being a lot of interesting stuff for a while, but this guy will give us a pill. Ready for me to blow him out? No. Ah. Actually, I don't want to hear about it. Curiosity killed the cat, eh? Not a cat. Okay, so, we've invented a medicine to prepare everyone for the upcoming water shortage. All you gotta do is dissolve one of these pills in water, and then you drink the water, and then you never need to drink water again. And it also makes plants grow faster, which is important. So this pill goes in water, supposedly. We're not going to combine it with the t-shirt, we're going to combine that with this. Dissolved really fast. This is something I did last time. Now we have the dirt and the water. Now you can't combine them. I wanted to check actually. But what you can do is, and I'll just fast travel for this. Elevator Street, there we go. So, I'm going to take this back up. We're going to go all the way back to the start of the refuge. Now, you probably already know what I'm going to do. I don't know, I've probably already told you. It's been a while since I recorded, like, the Glen and everything else. But, yeah. So, we go back up here, I think. So we can go through here. Actually, what do you say? Hello again, Messiah. Do you need help? Explain again. Yes. Okay. Oh, that's it. Okay. Thought it would be like some really long-winded explanation, but no. Alright. So, we have the seed here. We're going to add dirt. There we go. The seed's in the soil, but it looks a bit dry. Now we add the medicated water. This water should really help. And there we go. It sprouted a tiny leaf. Good luck, little plant. And that's actually, I think, everything you need to do. Let me check. So... yes. Okay, yeah, that's everything. So one thing that the wiki does say... so yeah, I'm looking at the wiki right now to see if I've done all of the steps. One thing that the wiki does say is that you have to get the Return the Sun ending, but I was going to do that anyway. I mean, I'm gonna have to do a repeat playthrough of this for the extreme bartering one. I'm gonna do the return home ending and done. So, yeah. Anyway, let's take the elevator back down and I think from now on it's just the same as usual. So I'll cut through the next interesting part. Actually, one more thing to note. You know how there were doors here in the Solstice ending? They're just not here. Like, there were elevator doors here. And they're just not there, which is strange. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Actually, I remember Nico here says, like, you can talk to the person again. Kind of familiar. Yeah. Should I? What if you just don't? Like, can you just leave? Not sure. Let's just do it so that I don't miss anything. Oh, I didn't realize that. I was just skimming through that, but this is the author talking about how they don't like to code robots, probably because they had negative experiences with the mold machine. Not, you know, it was not, you know, doing... How do you summarize this? Basically not doing what the author wanted, but then, like, it had a mind of its own. That's basically what happened. Okay, it might be interesting to check if the solution for the puzzle is actually just the same as last time. Because in that case, I could just execute it immediately. So I have it here on my other computer. Wait, so we start with a thick lens. And we do a concave lens. Then we move on to a thin lens, and we do a convex. And that actually works. So yeah, you don't have to do that puzzle again if you don't want to. That's interesting. Okay, this is really subtle, but I noticed this normally wasn't a 2. And I checked, it's actually it's supposed to be a 4 and a 5. So I think, and there was like one book that said something about a multiverse. Maybe this is like each time you play the game, the number on the dice is different. That would be really funny. Or it's randomized. I mean, it could be the same thing twice, but the chance of that happening are... I mean, they're 1 in 6, but yeah. So... Yeah. Oh, I've just had a revelation. This is the author talking about a she who believed in the multiverse theory, and he wanted to honor her, and it's probably every time you boot up the world machine, it's a different number on her head. So that's why it's like a dice head to like honor the fact that she believes in this multiverse theory. Now it makes sense, but you have to play the game like twice to really get that. So yeah, there are 6. Which one did you encounter? We encountered the one with a 2 on the front instead of the 4 on the front. This is probably just the same, because it's written down and it's one thing. But the possible dice are different. Like, possible dice heads are different. That is really interesting. Okay, that is an insight that I definitely would not have had if I hadn't played this again. Okay. Yeah, it is. Wow, okay. Okay, yeah. Books, yeah. We want to give her this, I think. Yeah, okay, cool. Why does the dialogue also feel different? I think the dialogue is also slightly different. I don't think she said kid. That's not good. You know what? I have a guest room in the attic down the hall. Go take a nap. Just looking at you getting tired is making me tired. I do not remember these lines. What, couldn't find it? It's down the hall and upstairs. Just go take a nap. Translating's gonna take a while anyway. That is... Wow, I should have paid more attention to that, but I couldn't look at those lines again. I mean, I've recorded them, so it's fine. Oh, that's really interesting. Also, the music here is different, which is probably meant to signify that this is important, which it is. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna sleep in the bed now, and when I wake back up, I'm gonna look at the dialogue some more. And also on my next playthrough, which I'll have to do anyway, I'm gonna look at the dialogue some more. So yeah.
Okay, you can probably see it's a bit later than last time. I have no idea why it took me so long to record the next part of this, but I just kind of kept not doing it, doing other stuff, or just not having time. Anyway, let's boot up the game again. Alright, that cutscene, yeah. I remember this one. That one, yeah, where you kind of started to realize that it wasn't possible to get both, if you know what I mean. Alright, this is probably just the same. I think there was an NPC that was like, different. So yeah, this was like the multiverse theory thing, and that this is like with the die. With, yeah. This is not anything. The fact that I still remember that I need to press shift to you know, move about quickly. I don't know how, but my brain just kind of remembered that. There, finally. Oh yeah, this one was a dick. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah. The translation is done. Oh, that was faster than I thought. Well, I mean, I've not played this game for half a year, so if it hadn't been done yet, that would have been kind of a problem. Although I guess the world in this game stops when you stop the game, so yeah. Well, yeah. You've been asleep for hours. Oh. Anyway, hours is not... No. Journal's meant for Thomas, yeah. Alright. Yeah, I think this is all the same. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did I do this? No. Alright. I actually don't remember what the window is. Do I have to explain everything? Just a fancy words for objects containing yellow phosphor. Yeah, I think we... Wasn't that like the feather and the other stuff? Yeah, the piece of amber and a feather. You only have 2 of them. Oh my god, 2 of them. It's that meme with the 2 cats. They're super rare, so it's not like you're just gonna find something like that on the ground. Right. Okay. Here, you can have this. Oh. Well, that's the 3rd item then. Looks kinda like you. Yeah, no shit. Never seen dice before. No. Nico hasn't gambled before. You know, maybe that's a good thing. I mean, yes. I mean, it's just... never mind. So yeah, need anything else? I'm good, thank you. Off you go then. Don't screw this up, okay? I'm really curious to know what the other personalities are like. No. Anyway. Actually, also, in terms of achievements, I can actually see this. So I got the secret, I got... Okay, Rebirth side quest. I think that is done now, so I don't need to do anything there. OneShot back to its roots, that will be done when I'm done. And this one was the one I still will need to replay the game for again. Because I messed up, and it didn't count. Because Apparently, you can't combine 2 items together immediately. You have to wait and then first trade them. It's really stupid. It was something like that. But yeah. My mic is kind of loud. Let me make it a bit quieter. I'm sorry if that's if the balance was a bit off there. Should be better now. I can always fix it in post. Oh, you haven't eaten? Yeah. No, I do not, because I haven't played this in ages. Oh. Wait, I think I remember. It's up the elevator, and then we take a right and go down some stairs. I'm asking because, well, I'm a little hungry. Actually, I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten anything since I got here. So, is it okay if we go get some food before? I think this is all the same. Was this? Oh no, this is here. I do not remember this place, man. I mean, I know like I recognize it, of course, but it's like, I don't know, I can't navigate in it anymore. Is this? Yeah, I think we go left now. This was like a secret, no, this was like the back alleyway where I got jump scared once. By nothing, basically. Alright, cool. Also, I think it's either this OST or the one that plays like just after this. That's called like Up on a Catwalk, which is very funny because cat and also you're high up. Elevator. Elevator. We love elevator. When's the last time I took an elevator? Actually not that long ago. Like 2 weeks ago. Was in the concert hall for the Antwerp Symphony Orchestra thing. If you know. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Nico hasn't died yet. Considering I mean, yeah, that must mean like time stopped. Because like, I can't not play this game for like 6 months. And then expect Nico to not die of starvation, you know? Well, also, this specific recipe, I think there's like a thing online that you can find by the developers, like an official recipe for the specific pancakes that Nico always eats. I don't know, I'd have to check that. I kind of forget that it's actually not Nico and it's just the world machine. But, you know. It's too real, man. It's kind of... Actually, that's kind of a genius design decision. You know, the fact that... how do I say this? Like, if you're playing this game and... Okay, you get the, you know, the true ending, as I did. And then Nico leaves. But like, if you're playing the game again, much later, like, it feels more real, because it's been so long. But if you replay it again right after, which is what I kind of did, then it doesn't feel as real. Like, this feels more real than what I remember it being at the start of my second playthrough. So, you know, I guess it was my third playthrough because the second one was the true ending. You know what I mean. You know, the first playthrough with the world machine. Like, this feels more real than that, you know? Because it's like, I don't remember the dialogue that much. So like, it's kind of like seeing it for the first time. But not really. It's familiar. Anyway, I'm not going the right way, am I? Because this was that other place. I think we go over here. Or something like that. Yeah. Alright. Oh, this music, man. This was like the music from the start. I think. I remember how this... I remember saying something about this the first time I got here. I don't know what it was. I mean, it's just broken up piano chords, but it works so well. Anyway, I'm gonna have to close the game now, so... Display capture time. I mean, it's literally just me closing the game. There we go. That does not count as failing the achievement, because you have to do that, I think. This is all fake news. This is... Yeah. I guess the world machine is now talking to itself. That must be very weird. But, I mean, I guess it can handle it. Man, just like in Celeste, the moment Madeline says anything to Granny, it's just like, she disappears. And just like the moment Nico wants to say something, this entity goes away. It's a light bulb and it's off. Oh, I accidentally skipped through that. Whoops. I think it's just like that was me or something. Yes? I think the first time I said I never left you, so I'm just gonna say I'm back now, which is technically not true. Where did you go? I'm so scared all by myself. But I guess it's okay now. I guess we need to figure out where to go now and oh. The sun. It lit up on its own. Guess I should pick it up, yeah? Yeah. And now we're in this place. I think... Yeah, no. The entity will still talk, so I still should have this open. The display capture. No, I'm not waking up in 8.5 hours. That's fake news. I guess you might be also looking at my desktop right now. So yeah, I've got 2D and top D. I'm playing this game, which I'm doing this with no commentary. It's kind of interesting. Blunder, I tried to make a blundered thing for the 4D golf video where like I had a golf club and a golf ball and like it would shoot onto the MadLad255 text thing, but it didn't really work out. Cold Turkey, this is like for productivity and stuff. It blocks social media. Really useful. Notion, just my main task manager. Bitwarden, password manager. I don't use this much, but it exists. I mean, this is mostly for writing code when I'm using Unity. Composing, also composing. This is like a DAW, but it's free. It's like WinRAR, it has like an endless 40-day license, basically. And then parallel launchers for N64 stuff. Lots of games here, lots of stuff behind here that I don't want to talk about. Anyway, I'm yapping. But yeah, if you're looking at my desktop anyway, I mean, you might as well get some context about it. Alright, we're in the house again. It won't turn on. Yeah, this is just like a room that exists for no particular reason. Yes, actually, it's a simulation that exists outside of a world that is dying, but the world itself is also dying, so yeah. Yeah, none of this is real, but Nico is. You know, knowing that it actually doesn't matter is like even worse somehow. Because I know how I felt when I first got this choice. I know how I felt when I started to play this game and I knew that actually... Like, I knew that I would have to lie about actually not knowing that there's a choice at the end. Because I knew there was a choice at the end. I knew what the choice was. But I knew nothing else about the game, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play it anyway on stream. But like, now, knowing that the choice itself doesn't actually matter all that much. I mean, it does matter, actually. No, it does matter. But I wonder if you return home, can you still replay the game? Probably not, right? Or can you also delete your save data like you do after Nico dies? I don't know. I mean, I guess it does matter because none of this is real. The first time I did it was real. It's not for real. It was for real the first time. Okay, you have to say it. Okay, being silent here is surprisingly cruel. Why would you just remain silent? I mean, saying I don't know is already 10 times better than saying nothing. Because at least it indicates that you two are just part of this, that you're not like scheming anything. Alright, at this point, I only have one option actually. And that's because I need this for an achievement. I know it's really stupid, but I need this for an achievement. So, yeah. The first time I actually made a whole spiel about it. That time was real. This time is just... Now we're playing this as a video game, you know? There's a reason you can't replay Solstice. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't. I saw a Reddit post about it at some point. I wonder if they actually changed this so it's all so it actually matches. I think it did, yeah, because it was a 2. No, I'm not. I actually don't remember. I'm lying. I actually don't remember. Right, I should probably mention there is there's a new game that these people are making, and it's called Margin of the Strange. And yeah, I mean, there's already been like Kickstarter backing for it. Like I think a beta too for the Kickstarter backers. But yeah, definitely, I'm definitely interested in that. And I think you should keep an eye out for it too. But I'll talk more about that in a bit. I'm gonna cut to a shot of me showing the trailer, I think. Or not, who knows. Ah, this is the achievement. So what I did, and this was 6 months ago or something like that. I think more. I basically just put this thing in a sprout, which means the maze entity that would otherwise have died is actually going to be reborn now. And we got this too. Nice. Okay. So this is the point where you normally end, and I actually did not realize that you can just go to... what is it? You can just delete this. This is not a real file, it doesn't actually say anything, I think. Yeah. What's the right thing to do choice? Put this on. It all makes it seem like this is real, but actually none of this is important. Anyway. So now, I think if I boot up the game again, it's gonna be the same screen, right? Oh, no, it isn't. Okay, cool. Yeah, normally it would be, but because this isn't real, yeah. I forgot what this is. I'm back. Yep. Alright, and at this point, yeah. At this point, the extra option goes away, and now we're back at the start. Now, I'm not gonna record me doing it a third time. I'm just gonna do that in my own time. I think just right now, I'm just gonna speedrun this and just get that last achievement. I'll show me getting the achievement, but that's it. So, see you hopefully not tomorrow. I mean, it could be tomorrow if it... Yeah, I mean, this could take a while. Anyway, bye. Okay, actually, I lied. I just went to Reddit for some reason, and it was like... I was just scrolling through this, because I actually wanted to see if you could replace Solstice. I'm not going to, but like, you can actually, because you can just change the game files. Like, help him, but even then, why would you want to re-abduct Nico? Wait. Yeah, I'm the World Machine. I make funny comments and posts. If you see me anywhere, feel free to be like that weird penguin and say hello. Oh yeah, that one in the game. Yeah. Hope to see you around. Is this like a thing by the developers, or is this just like a meme by someone? Oops. The real Pancake Cafe. Okay, it's not... No, yeah, okay, it's just a fan of the game. This is not true, but apparently it's the only option I haven't done yet. I mean, in my dorm it's a nice view, and that's true. Also, there's one more thing here. Apparently the code is always the same, so I'm not even going to use the film. I'm just going to input it and see. But first we need to actually get there, so... yeah. Alright, so you can do this. Then you have a button, and then magnets. And then... bam. Oh shoot, I looked. I wasn't supposed to look. Well, okay. Doesn't matter. Now at this point, I think I need to put it all together here. All right. So yeah, we can just input the code, which apparently is 63014. Yeah, it works. Easy win, man. If I hadn't looked at the weird film, maybe it wouldn't have done anything. Or maybe it would have said something different. Who knows? Maybe not, actually. But hey, I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna have a look at what the time guy says tomorrow. I'm gonna boot this game up a bit early. And then we'll see. Alright, I just had an idea. It's actually pretty late, but I can just change my system time and see what that does. Alright, so let's see what he says right now. Good evening, your time meter is precious. Okay, now let's change up the system time. Let me set it to like 1 p.m. Right now it's 1 p.m. Yeah, good afternoon, okay. It does. Time meter is precious. Yeah. Let's set it to... Alright. In that case, I'm interested in seeing when it changes. Let's set it to 8 p.m. Yeah, okay, that's evening. No surprise there. Let's set it to like 6 p.m. I want to know how they define afternoon and evening. This is also... Okay. Let's set it to 5 p.m. and 12 minutes. Good evening. It's also good evening. I would consider that late afternoon, but you know, depends of course. Let's set it to 16. I did not set it to 16, whoops. Let's set it to 16, 12. Okay, and now it says afternoon. So I guess it changes. Let's set it to like 16:59. Just so you know that I'm actually setting it to 16:59. Alright. Good afternoon. I guess actually now would be a good time to show it like this. Alright, now we just wait for like a minute. This is fun. I'm having a lot of fun right now. You can tell, right? You know, being bored is actually good for your brain, so I'm just gonna let you be bored for a bit. Oh, there we go. Yep, okay. It's at 5 p.m. that it changes. Good to know. I don't know why you would want to know that, but... I don't know, yeah. Now you know. Let's set it to 12. That's good afternoon. I mean, yes, it's afternoon. Let's set it to 11:59. Good morning, yep. This is riveting stuff, I know. I'm more so interested in like the very late ones, because the one I had yesterday was like, or I guess technically speaking earlier today, was like really different than all the others. Do the developers have a 4 a.m. morning routine? Let's see. I've set it to 4 a.m. now. It's very late. Okay. But good day, I suppose. Can you also say it's very early? Okay, let's set it to 5 p.m. Now it's 5 p.m. and 1. Yeah. This is very unrealistic. I would not consider 6 a.m. Okay, 6 a.m. is apparently morning. But then everything after, I don't know, like 11? Let's try 11. Oh, that's... Wait, so it's after midnight that it starts to consider it very late. Okay, cool. That is weird. Okay. So, to summarize, according to this game, after midnight is very late, and after 6 a.m. is morning, and then, yeah, okay, 12 is afternoon, that makes sense, and then 5 is evening. I'm not so sure about the midnight. I would say 11 is also pretty late, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, let me reset my time to what it actually is, which is 10 p.m. Alright, this is the point where we see if I got lucky or not. It's a 2 in 3 chance to have something different, except if it's always different. That would be good game design. I think it's different. Hey, little fella. Hello. So you're gonna like save the world and stuff. Didn't think I'd run into you, but now I did. Hey, yeah, this is definitely different. So like, what up? Can I get you anything? Yeah, I heard you can help me. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do now. I think I'm supposed to go into tower. But how do I do that? You don't. At least we don't. The tower's only got one teeny room in it. It ain't even got stairs. By the way, I noticed at the start of the game, the tower is infinitely tall. Which kind of implicates, like, because infinity also kind of goes beyond something. Like, it goes beyond the concept of... I mean, how do I say this? Like, the fact that it extends infinitely means that it goes to somewhere beyond the realms of this world, which is kind of true. Because it gets meta and stuff. Bet you need Thomas's help on this one, pal. Exactly how? I don't know. I'm doing a terrible impression here, but I bet you anything that sort of knowledge is in some mystery book somewhere. Nothing in my collection fits the description, though. Though, just like that. It's an interesting way to... I mean, I write it like that, but... You know, interesting that you write it in dialogue like that. You know. So how do I like my books, bruh? Bruh. They're nice. Hey. Oh, I love this, man. With the two pointy thumbs. Alright. I don't know if we're supposed to do something now. Oh, I think it's the strange journal that we're supposed to show. Yo! Where'd you find this? Somewhere in the Barrens. Cause that's got that symbol and everything. Here, let me read it. Oh, seriously? He even used that language. I gotta translate this, man. Mind if I borrow this? Not at all. Sweet! It's gonna take a while though, so you cool with that? That's fine. Oh, excuse me. Whoa, dude, you look wiped, kiddo. Wiped. Huh? You look totally tapped out, dude. I look what? Yeah, these are expressions I've also not heard before. I mean, I know what they're supposed to mean from context, but... yeah. You look like you're ready to take 5, bruh. Take 5 by Dave Brubeck? No way. Yeah, I don't get it. Don't worry, I gotcha. I got a guest room in the attic down the hall. I somehow changed the accent there. If you want to crash there, go for it. Bro, it's gonna take some time to make this book readable, you know what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me, again. Don't sweat it. Go catch some Z's. Or Z's. Guest room in the attic. Guest room's in the attic down the hall, FYI. Alright. I really like that. Oh, we encountered number 6. Which was much better than number 2, in my opinion. Anyway. I think at this point I can just cut to the end of the game. Yeah. You're not gonna be able to see the other 3 dialogues, but you know, you're just gonna have to play the game yourself for that. I don't know, it's probably actually like randomized, like not. So yeah, the first time for you is gonna be different than the first time for me. So maybe you'll get lucky and you'll just get the 3 other ones on your 3 first playthroughs, but probably not. I forgot that there was also dialogue here. Hey, you're up! Just finished translating this book for you. Oh, that was fast. What can I say? I'm all that and a bag of chips. By the by, it looks like this journal might be meant for Thomas. Oh, here, check it out. And this is all the same. Yep. That's all, we juiced it. Juiced what? I'm just saying, that's the end of the book. Rest of the pages are torn out. Do you know what happened here? No? Bummer, I was hoping to figure out what he meant by saying window here. Guess we'll leave that up to Thomas, huh? I mean, I like that they're always doing like the same beats of like saying like what's the window and like the rest of the pages are torn out, but it's always, you know, worded in a different way. So yeah, just interesting to see that. Right, by the way, what does it mean by 3 pieces of the previous sun? I only have this sun. Oh, that's just for stuff with yellow phosphor in them. Kind of stuff that glows forever, dude. Oh, I do have a piece of amber and a feather. They're both glowing yellow. Hey, now that's what I'm talking about. Hold up, you only have 2. But we could... Okay, I don't know what that means. I got you covered. I got you covered, little fella. Here you go. I do be a little fella. It looks like you. The freshest face you've ever seen, eh? Eh. That's a physics reference. Only like 2 people will get that. And it's all yours. Ah, thank you. You're totally welcome. Well, I guess we'll be on our way. Peace out, little fella. You'll do us good, I know it. You look a little lost still. Want some hot tips? Yes, please. It says here in this book that you got to go to the teeny room at the base of the tower, all while holding those 3 pieces of the awesome glowy stuff. Once you got them, which you do, just stand in the room and Thomas will do something about floor patterns and windows. Alright, thank you. You're totally welcome. Okay, just a quick thing. I opened this up and it actually showed the text of like what happens after you beat the game. So I think it kind of bugged out, but then once I opened the game it switched to this, so now it's working. Alright, this is it. This is the last thing that I'm gonna do in this game. And it's the last thing I wanted to do, literally. I did not want to do this. But hey, for completion's sake, we kind of have to see it. Now this music does actually kind of hit different. It's still not for real, but yeah. As I said, I'd rather take the unknown over the known in this case, and that's what I did. This is gonna be very known. This is of course, knowing that actually, like, doesn't really matter. Like, the thing is, though, how do I say this? It just feels different. It's just like, this is like knowingly murdering a whole world. And I don't feel great about that, but... Why? I mean, at this point, you know, it's just a video game, okay? I just want to see the content. And this is kind of like the genocide ending in Undertale. You only go for it if you want to see the content. No one actually... I mean, people do actually do this, which I don't get. But like... Yeah. It's, yeah. I'll just let Nico speak. I trust your judgment, Thomas. Oh god, the game screen actually did that too. The game screen literally shook like this. That was insane. Whoa. I should have captured that, but whatever. Thomas, what happened? It's very dark in here. Oh, I can see a light at the end of this passage. I think I hear her voice too. I can hear her calling me. All I need to do is pass through this wall, and I'll finally be home again. Let's extend it a bit. I guess this is goodbye. I'm glad I got to meet you. Thank you for everything. Alright, that's real Nico leaving my screen. That was not the correct texture. But hey, that's the game. This feels very different. Also the fact that it's... You know... The different color, it's in black instead of in white. Like, the white ending felt good. Like, I didn't feel good about Nico, but at least I knew, like... I did what I could. And this feels like purposely making a wrong choice. I really don't feel great about that. Like, this music is not uplifting in the slightest. We're not even gonna see Nico, probably. So we've attained something that is unreachable. That is... We've given happiness to one person. A very important person. But one person. You don't see any of the characters. You don't see anything. In the other credits, you see all of the characters. Because they're all alive. Now it just ends. Just, there is nothing left. It just becomes like a hologram of what it used to be. This music is so depressing. Also, testers of original OneShot. Yeah. Thanks for playing. I don't know about that. And this is different now. It's the same room, but it's different. Fatal error. Savior not found. Shutting down. Alright. So I guess in the other one, there is... Nico is still there, but it's just unreachable. Let's see what happens when we boot it up again. Oh, it just immediately shuts down. It doesn't even show you the, like, doo-doo-dum, doo-doo-dum. Oh, but yeah, now we have this. And this is, of course, because... this is not the real playthrough. So that was just a recording again. I'm not gonna say yes here, I'm gonna say no, but I just want to see. Okay, yeah. I wonder what happens when you just press start on the game. Does it just start Solstice, or what does it do? Oh, it's this ending. It's the Solstice ending, which, by the way, also shows this room. Nice touch. And I guess it's Solstice because Very much sun. There is a lot of sun. I still have no idea where this room is. It's probably outside of this world, or like inside of the tower. But, yeah. I think that might be a good place to call it. Let's see if I boot it up again, does anything change? No, it's still just the same. Which of course indicates that this is in fact the true ending of the game. And I think, yeah, that's gonna be it. Let's have one more look at the settings menu, because this is literally the only other thing that I can interact with. But yeah, that's it for this game. I'm not gonna play this game ever again. Except if I, like, in a few years I decide, you know what, this game was so good I want to re-experience it again. But I don't think I want to. And also, like, I'd have to reset my progress by altering the game files. I don't feel good about that. I think this is how it was meant to be, you know? I've done everything, I've run 100% of the game, I've seen both endings. I really did not feel good about the second one. Like, yeah, no. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna close the game now. And I'm gonna take this off my desktop. I think that's a good way to end this. Just like deleting this. Well, don't feel like filling the hole up just immediately. Let's just keep it like that. Alright, just a couple more things that only have to do with this game. So, yeah, of course, Future Can't Games is, they're doing other stuff now. So this is all still OneShot. I'm gonna get to these in a bit. But, yeah, we also have the new game that they're working on, Margin of the Strange. There was a Kickstarter campaign for it. Oops, that was for later. Yeah, there was a Kickstarter for it. They raised like a lot. They haven't given Ling a gun yet. Which, by the way, you might also notice, like, OneShot, the character looked kind of like a cat. Now it's a moth. It's all moths, which I like. So, yeah. Amazing. Anyway, we also have the devs. So Night Margin has a Twitter and a Blue Sky. Also has a Twitch account. It's just called Night Margin. I've actually watched some of her streams. They're pretty good. Yeah, I like being there. The times don't always work for me, like the time zones. But you know, I try. If she's live, I try to be there. Oh, it's they. Wait. Oops. Anyway, we have Eliza Velasquez. I don't know how I pronounce that, but cute dog, cute person, cute fox. And then Jiraka Cheeser. Yeah. Also cute stuff. So you can follow all these people. I think you should. You should. I'm following all of them. And anyway, this is what I'm gonna do right now. Is this was actually made for the 10th anniversary, so just last year. They made an alternate universe where nobody dies. Which is interesting. We've got Protobot here, we've got Spoiler. Also, we've got a downloadable pancake recipe, which I have right here. They actually made this. I said that they actually made it. It's true. They even have a simple version and a detailed version. So yeah, you can just go to itch.io right now and get those. Alright, yeah, some other things. You can check out the trailer for Margin of the Strange on YouTube. I highly recommend you do that. I'm gonna put the link in the description. Also, there was one comment I read, which I'm gonna link to the video where you can find the comment. I really found this wholesome. I can't describe describe how excited I am for this. I've always wanted to pursue storytelling in some capacity, and OneShot taught me so much about why stories are so important to me. I really can't overstate how much it means to me. The soundtrack is a familiar source of comfort, my Nico plushie sits proudly on my desk, and I even wrote about it in my college paper on video game storytelling. Damn. When I decided to pursue a career in game development, OneShot was one of my biggest influences. Anyway, I know this is a lot, but I just wanted to let you know that I really appreciate your work. This was under a video by Night Margin, for context. Whether this game is similar to OneShot or completely different, I can't wait to see what you make. Thank you for making OneShot, and good luck on your new project. This is such a wholesome comment. I just wanted to share that. There's nothing else about it that I want to say. I just wanted to share that with you. So it's just, you can just get this on itch.io. This is free, by the way. Ooh. Okay. Oh my god. It's already so good. I'm already loving this, man. Alright, pancakes. There we go. It's the same aspect ratio too. It's so great. Same screen and everything. Oh man, I love this. I'm gonna make this a bit quieter actually. Alright. Hi everyone. It's the same dialogue boxes too. It's so great, man. As you know, it's the 10-year anniversary of OneShot. How do you know about the game when you're in the game? Well, the original version anyway. Well, the actual version that came on Steam, it's gonna be in 1 year. So yeah. I thought I'd decorate the cafe. We opened extra early today, so nobody has shown up yet. Except me! Nico! Wow, yeah, give a round of applause for Nico. Who, I don't know how they're here, but... okay, that's enough. I'm here on a very special mission today. Can you guess what it is? Does it involve a celebration cake? No, of course not. Of the pan variety? Yes. How'd you know? You literally told me a minute before the camera turned on. Oh, we have a camera? Damn. Alright. Today, I will be showing everyone how to make my mom's special pancakes. And he'll be helping. Because he's a grown-up and I'm not old enough to use the stove without adult supervision. I'm already loving this, man. Didn't you, like, set things on fire before? Yes. I think God counts as adult supervision. Yeah, right. Because the first puzzle in the actual game. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, then follow me to the kitchen. Okay. Oh, we're actually going in there. This is the same area as before. Now it's just blocked off by this. This is real Nico, guys. This is not a world machine. A coffee machine. It's nearly full. Milk and sugar. I like both, but not in coffee. I mean, do you even drink coffee, Nico? Actually, wouldn't Nico have aged? This is an alternate universe. I shouldn't worry about it. This is the kitchen. I cleaned it up pretty good. You'd never know that we had a fire last week. Another one? Yeah, that was because of the fact that I wasn't there. Right? Robots are surprisingly flammable. Okay, cool. Great. I'm not allowed to use the stove by myself. Frying pan. Makes pancakes. That's the sink. Yep. A fancy coffee machine. Coffee is for grown-ups. I'm glad you said it. Yourself. This is the storage room. It's cold, so you shouldn't go in. That's the pantry. It doesn't actually have pans in it. Scam. That's a fridge. Damn. You got me there. Thought that was something else. Alright, let's start. My coworkers aren't here because they're still getting repaired for fire damage, so we won't have extra help today. Do you think you can handle it? Of course, I help around in the kitchen all the time. Especially when making pancakes. I even wrote down the recipe. Good job. Whoa, so many pages! You know, I can't blame Nico for writing it like this. I would have probably written it like this too. I like the paragraph S and the little stars. We also have part 1, need pan. Page 1. And then some text that I can't read. And surprisingly legible for crayon. Like I said, these pancakes are very special, so I wrote a lot. It takes Mama a long time to make, start to finish. She even makes the syrup herself. Damn. Wow. Sounds like a lot of work. Sometimes in life, you gotta work hard. Oh. It says here that we would need cups of things? What are cups? You don't have cups in your world? Oh my god. What a scam. This is an indication that this world really isn't real, you know? Measuring cups? You have to measure cups? Not sure if I get it. Don't you cook for your job? How do you cook without measuring cups? Or measuring spoons? How do you know how much flour to use? I weigh it? Oh yeah. I hear that people in the city do that. Sounds like a hassle. They'd have to use a scale every time they cook. Well, we do live in a city. Yeah, we live in a society where cups don't exist. Jesus Christ, man. No. Not your city, my city. The cities we have back home. Right. Using a scale all the time sounds hard. It'd be much easier if we had measuring cups and spoons. I still don't know what those are, though. Like, amount-wise? Maybe we need to get some help. Hold on. Protopop. They're very startled to be here. I also like the very derpy eyes here. It's great. You brought a friend. Yep, and he's willing to help us. I don't know about that. Willing isn't exactly the right word here. Great, we've got Protobot here again. It's been literal months since I've seen you, so great. Oh, while we're gone, I dug this thing out from storage. Ooh, what is it? Why don't you turn on the switch to find out? Oh. A music player. I thought it would be fitting here. Does it play any other songs? It's only the birthday song, I'm afraid. Well, it went out of copyright, so you know. And it's mixed in with the other theme. I like that. That's creative. I wanted it to play heavy metal like in the cooking shows. True. We need more Gordon Ramsay saying, "Where's the lamb sauce?" I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna just edit that over this, if I don't forget. It's also kind of funny that you have to light it on fire every time. I know. I like it though. Fire is cool. Fire is hot, actually. I think it's a level 3 safety violation and therefore extremely stupid. Don't worry, the candle isn't real. Convincing though, right? Oh. Then it's just stupid. True. This better be good. Of course. I wouldn't call you if it wasn't an emergency. A dire, stinky, sugary, delicious emergency. You want me to do gram conversions, don't you? Maybe. So much for this not being a pain in the... Assuming that you do not need perfect conversions, I should be able to help. This world is only calibrated to the metric system, and my database on other units only has a limited sample size that does not account for various contingencies. I do not know the Imperial system, so you know, we're good. It might not be exactly... How much does a cup of flour weigh? 120 grams, roughly. Yeah, you know, that's good enough. You know, that's okay. Oh, you answered so fast. A simple query like that does not take long to... How much is this? 2? No, 3 cups of water weigh 720 grams. How about half a cup of beans? Depends on the bean. Pinto. I've never even heard of that. 70 grams, and why did you even need beans to make pancakes? How about 100 cups of ice cream? Vanilla. 21.4 kilograms. Are you having fun? Is a kilogram of steel heavier than a kilogram of feathers? A pound of steel... How does the guy say it? It's a pound of steel. And a pound of feathers. But of course a pound of steel is heavier than a pound of feathers. No? Purple burglar alarm? Okay, I can't do it. I'm sorry. Do not test my patience. I will. Reduce to a calculator. Frankly, I don't understand why anyone would not use the metric system. It seems hard. Like, something you'd do in a lab, not in a kitchen. A kitchen is kind of like a lab if you think about it. Cooking is basically chemistry in its own way. Yeah, that is true. So wait, Nico does not use the metric system? What a scam. No, Nico, please. Use what the rest of the world uses. You never answered the feather question. I refuse to entertain it any further. I just want to see if there's anything else. I think, yeah, that's it. Alright. Now that Proto's here to help us, we can continue. Alright, for those of you following along, you would need a gram scale. Oh yeah, right, yeah, you're probably supposed to actually make this, or I don't know. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not good at cooking. Maybe in the future. Maybe in like 5 years. Who knows? But if you have measuring cups and spoons like I do at home, you could just use those instead. It would probably be a lot easier. Next up is ingredients. Since this recipe is so long, we should probably split it into 3 parts. Kinda is 3 recipes in one. That's what Mama does. You have to do it in a specific order for the best results. Is it like the milk before the... Like the milk before the cereal, or the cereal before the milk thing? Okay, I'll go get everything ready. Quite the list we have here. Oh god. Okay, we have exclamation point. This is new. These are hazelnuts. Mama always starts with the step where she turns hazelnuts into hazelnut candy. You sprinkle them on top of the pancakes later. She also says this recipe is pretty dangerous for a kid, so I normally only help with the first steps. Okay, first I cut a piece of parchment paper with scissors and put it in a baking pan or anything that's heat proof. Then you need to get a knife and a cutting board. I'm not old enough to use knives on my own either, so you'll have to do this part. Yeah, Nico, you're not going to be able to do it for me anyway, so... You know. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, that was in response to the other guy. Never mind. Take about half a cup of hazelnuts. 65 grams. I mean... You know... You are useful. I mean, you're the most useful. I mean, this is much more useful than half a cup, because, you know, what's a cup? And cut them up like this. So, like, in small chunks, but not too small. Oh, no, you want to... Yeah, you know, you want to keep the chunks, but not the small parts. Then you pick all these big pieces. You don't want the crumbs because they'll burn. You can save the crumbs and just mix it with the hazelnut flour, though. Smart. Now you need a frying pan. The amount of effort they put into this, Jesus Christ. I wonder if they were like, yeah, no, we should actually make like a recipe for this, or if they just actually had it in mind already. Or if it's like based on a real recipe that someone already had. Like, I don't know, one of their friends. Anyway, frying pan, but not for pancakes. Toast the hazelnut pieces on the pan or on low or medium heat for 5 minutes until they turn brown and smell nice. Careful though, you don't want it to burn. They won't burn if I'm stirring them the whole time. They will. Oh, I think it's just about done. Wow, that's fast. It's not only been 3 minutes. All stoves and pans are a little different, so they heat up at different speeds. That's true. Yeah. That's just true, I don't... Yeah. Okay, then you turn off the heat and dump out all the hazelnuts onto a plate or a bowl. Or just a counter if it's clean. Then you wipe down the pan really good with a damp towel to get rid of all the burnt bits. You can put the pan back on the warm stove to evaporate off the water. You need the pan dry for the next step. Now the skin should be loose on the hazelnut pieces, so you can rub the pieces between your hands to get all the skin off. Are they cool enough to touch yet? Yeah. Oh, let me do it. Mama always lets me do this part. I like to use my sleeves. Yeah. You know, one thing I've thought about, isn't like holding the sun pretty hard if you always use your sleeves? I mean, I guess you would just use your hands at that point. But like, I've only seen Nico with long sleeves. So, you know. I don't know, I don't want to think about that. Wait, but Mama isn't around to watch my code afterwards. Oh no. If you use your bare hands, it'll probably take longer. Why not just use a towel? Smart. But not all of the skin will come off, and that's okay. And put the hazelnut pieces back into a pan, and just like last time, don't put any crumbs in. I'll just throw the crumbs away this time, since it's mostly just skin and burnt bits anyway. This is the first part, just want to mention that. Then you add a 1/4 cup of sugar to the pan, 50 grams. Now turn the pan on medium heat to melt the sugar while stirring the pan. Mama's says melted sugar is super hot, so it can really hurt if you touch it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Probably. There's probably like a reason for that. Insert chemistry here. Alright. I'll stay over here. I can't believe something as tasty as sugar can be so dangerous. Sugar should start to melt around 5 minutes. It might be different for this stove though. Once it melts, stir it even more. You want to melt all the sugar and coat all the hazelnut pieces with it. Mama usually keeps it on the stove for another 3 minutes or so for all the sugar to melt. Also, typo. It's minor, but still. Okay, I'll keep stirring. Be careful, okay? I'll be fine. Oh. Did you burn yourself? Nope. Just surprised it melted as fast as it did. Don't scare me like that. I think it's done though. Okay, take it off the heat. Hurry. I just dump everything out again, this time onto the parchment paper. Danger, still hot. Good thing you said that. You know, this is a really good... You know, recipes are normally really boring. This makes it much more entertaining. I'll pour it on a thin layer, since I assume we don't want any big clusters that'll be tough to break up later. They'll stick together at least a little bit. And again, it's really hot, so definitely don't touch it. But once it's cool, you can chop them up on a cutting board. Don't try to break them up with your hands, though. Sugar can be as sharp as glass. Yeah, that makes sense. Another cruel betrayal by the world's most delicious substance. That's too many complicated words. I don't believe... Liko, I don't believe you came up with that yourself. I think you might have heard that for somewhere. But hey. Okay, it's all chopped up now. Do you have a jar or an airtight container? That'll keep them crunchy while we make the other things. Otherwise the sugar will get sticky after a while. Say, why is that? Air. Why are you looking in my direction? Because you're the smartest guy here. Because... Chemistry nerding, okay. Because sugar has hygroscopic properties, which means which means it attracts the water molecules in the air. No, it's actually water. I thought it would be like oxygen that it would attract. The water molecules would then disrupt the crystal structure of the hardened sugar you just made. Heated the sugar up to about 150 degrees Celsius, also referred to as the hard crack state. In this stage, the sugar is hard and brittle, and crunchy. But as the hardened sugar continues to pull moisture from the air and thus disrupting its crystal structure, it would lose its brittleness. Water is able to do this because it's a polar molecule, which means it has two differently charged regions. This is true. This is very true. The oxygen atom holds a partially negative charge, while the two hydrogen atoms hold a partially positive charge. Yeah. I love this, man. This is amazing. Also, the fact that they made music specifically for this. This doesn't play in the main game. I'm 100% sure of that. This planet gives water the ability to attract other polar molecules. Yeah. This is like the rule of like attracts like, and like apolar attracts apolar and polar attracts polar. But then sugar is like an exception, I think. So it doesn't always hold. Not only that, the pair of hydrogen bonds in the water molecule also... This goes on for another 5 minutes. It's interesting though. Ah, come on. Wow. I'm learning words. True. I'll just put these in a jar with some silica gel packets. Silica gel is a form of silicon dioxide, is extremely porous with a large surface area that facilitates a moisture absorption and retention. I think that's the thing you have in like travel bags or in luggage to make sure it doesn't get wet. Like there's always one of those bags. It has the ability to absorb 40% of its own weight in water and is used as a commercial desiccant. Okay, I did not know that word. In our case, it would absorb all the moisture in a small enclosed space, the sealed jar. Good to know. Alright, cool. Great. I know fire is dangerous, but I like looking at it. I know. Did you know that you can start a fire with just sunlight and a magnifying glass? Yeah, everyone knows that. Really? Yup. But don't try it on your own, okay? Of course not. For some reason, all of the sun, I wish I still had the sun. What happened to it, by the way? I'm surrounded by lunatics. True. So true, man. Blow out the candle. Oh, and then it just stops the music. Light the candle. Yeah, I want to have the changed music. This is better. Need to make the pancakes still. Reduce to calculator. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, anyway, I like that they made that part with Protobot. It's hilarious. Because like Protobot, besides that, doesn't really have like... I mean, they of course do have a personality, but like... Now they have like something very noteworthy, which I really like. I mean, this is still an alternate universe, but... Why can this not be canon, man? We're making the syrup next. Oh, syrup is super simple to make. Well, I think it's scary, because we're melting sugar again. I'll stay over here, away from the stove. You can help me cut the butter at least. We'll need 2 tablespoons of it. How many grams? 30. Cut into smaller pieces with a butter knife. A butter knife is safe for little old me. On my side, we'll need a cup of brown sugar. 208 grams, that's very specific. Which goes in the saucepan along with half a cup of water. 120 grams. Mix together with a small whisk and then heat over medium-high heat while constantly stirring. Now don't forget to add the maple syrup. Yeah, specifically from Canada. Wait, don't they use the metric system in Canada? No! Oh no. I got him. 2 tablespoons, right? 40 grams. Say, why do I have to cook this syrup to melt it when maple syrup... Oh no, it's gonna be another explanation. No, I'm glad. I should be saying oh yes. I don't know why I said oh no. Anyway, I'm gonna stay hydrated. This is just water. Which, by the way, if I can go on a tangent for a little bit. the water that you use in chemistry experiments is not the same as the water you just drink, because in the water you drink there's also minerals, and you know it can actually conduct electricity a little bit, because minerals have, or like the ions in it have a sort of charge that, you know, can actually conduct electricity. But if you have pure H2O molecules, they are polar, but they don't conduct electricity. And that's what you use in a chemistry lab, if you just need pure H2O. But that's not for consumption. That's actually very dangerous. So please don't try that. Try consuming that. That's not good. Anyway, why do I have to cook the syrup to melt it once maple syrup always stays a liquid? Well, it's gonna be a different kind of liquid? Yeah, like it's pretty viscous, I think, so like you have to change the viscosity of it. You're looking at me again. Yep. Maple syrup contains invert sugars, which are structurally different from table sugar. Invert sugars have better moisture retention properties and do not readily crystallize. It is typical to add invert sugar to syrups with regular sugar in order to prevent the mixture from recrystallizing, which would lead to a grainy texture. I normally just use honey or corn syrup for that. Then it won't taste as good. I wouldn't know the difference regardless. Yeah. I mean, why do you know so much about chemistry anyway? Let's not question it. Alright, you can't eat. That was a very weird way to end that. But okay. Once the syrup boils, switch the heat down to medium-low and simmer for about 2 minutes while stirring. Nico, can you pass me the butter? I cut it into little cubes like Mama does. Wow, Minecraft. Is that okay? Nice. It can be any shape. Pieces just need to be small enough to melt quickly once added to the syrup. Oh, this is where the S went. There's another typo. Stirring it helps it melt faster. Correct. Then we just take it off the heat and leave it in the pan to cool down to eating temperature. Careful not to touch it though, because it's sugar. Alright. Sometimes I like to mix sugar in my water before I drink it. I do that with my syrup and milk. Yeah. Now we're finally ready to make pancake batter. We all know the classic tongue twister. Let me look it up. Tongue twister, batter, butter. Betty butter. Alright, Betty butter bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter, but a bit of butter would certainly make my batter better. So she bought a bit of butter, then a bit of butter, and she put it in her batter, and the batter was not bitter. So it was Betty butter, bitter butter. Yeah. I'm not gonna try that again, but that was not the best attempt ever. We had to do that for English once. We had to memorize tongue twisters. Or not memorize them, we had to be able to recite them. It was just like a little warm-up exercise for the oral exam. So yeah. I can do the woodchuck one actually. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck he would, as much as he could. As much as a woodchuck would, which is I don't remember the rest of it. But hey, at least I did it almost flawlessly at the start. Anyway, pancake batter. The main event. Yep, it's a 3 mixing bowl recipe. 1 bowl for dry ingredients, 1 bowl for wet ingredients, and 1 bowl just for the egg white. I was gonna say, like, what else do you have besides wet and dry? Egg white. That's how you really know it's special, huh? Because of all the dishes you'll have to clean afterward. It's not a labor of love without the labor, as Mama always says. Another typo. Looks like we'll also need a sifter and a whisk. More things to clean later. Yay. And a pan, don't forget the pan. Because otherwise it would just be cake? Actually, it would just be raw. Raw cake. Yeah. We don't need to use the stove until the end, so I can help out way more this time. Alright, first bowl is the egg white bowl. It needs to be super clean. No oil or it'll ruin everything. I like to wipe down the bowl with some lemon juice, just to be sure. Then you want to take an egg and separate out the egg white. Can't mix any egg yolk in the egg white because egg yolks have oil in it. Wait, why do you know that? I didn't know that. Damn. I know about like doing this. I think I've done this before. It's like you can kind of use... Actually, wait. Do I have webcam? Wait. Activate. Yeah, okay. Like what you do is like you have the two halves of the egg and you kind of just do this. And you keep the egg yolk inside of the egg, and then you make sure that the egg white pours out of it, but the egg yolk doesn't. That's useful for making like chocolate mousse or whatever it's called. Chocolate... I don't know what it's called in English. Anyway, I'm gonna turn off facecam now. Deactivate. There we go. Say. Okay, cool. Because egg white is a pure protein, protein molecules tend to link to each other when partially denatured to mechanical force such as whisking. The whisking process would also introduce a lot of air into the mixture, causing the protein mesh to become a foam. Oil molecules would disrupt that mesh structure, causing the foam to collapse. That was what you were going to ask. How'd you know? Alright, back to the eggs. I like to suck out the egg yolk with a water bottle, but that can sometimes break the egg yolks. I can also dig it out with my hands, but then my hands would get slimy. It's okay. I just use a separator. Oh, that's smart. Wow, that's smart. That's handy. It's handy because then you don't need to use your hands. Ha, funny. Yeah, you can just use your feet. No, of course you need to use your hands, bro. Okay, now we put the yolk in a second bowl, the green one. Wait, there's a green one? We can leave the egg white alone for now. I hope it doesn't get lonely. It won't because it's just an egg. Egg. Half an egg. Half an egg. Oh, okay. Bowl number 2. We take the bowl with the egg yolk and mix it with half a cup of buttermilk. Buttermilk. Which is very tasty. 112 grams. You'll want 3 tablespoons of regular milk to go in that too. Let me guess, like 60 grams? 45 grams, damn it. Mix it all together and leave that alone too. You can put it next to the first bowl so that it doesn't get lonely. But you just said it can't. It won't get lonely, it's just milk. This feels so stupid, but yeah. I love it. Okay, now we want to take the sifter and put in half a cup of flour. Oh, they added nice sound effects there. 60 grams. Oh, this time it was 60 grams, damn it. But then I gotta take a tablespoon of flour out. 15 grams? 8 grams? Leaving you with 52 grams of flour. Right. Yeah, okay, I'm glad they're saying how many grams it is, because a tablespoon is not... It's been anywhere between like 8 and 15 and probably some other numbers because I wasn't keeping track, but... Yeah, another tablespoon of cornstarch, let me guess, like 12 grams. Also 8 grams. Then after that, add 2 tablespoons of hazelnut flour. 24 grams. The best part. 14 grams? Oh my god, no. And then 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Let me guess, 24? Again? 26! Ah, so close, man. This is becoming like a meta game. Can I guess how many grams a tablespoon is? A teaspoon. Okay, that's less. 3 grams. Baking powder, which does not taste great on its own. 5. Ah, no. So close. And finally, a pinch of salt. 1 gram. That's the 1 gram. Okay, you know, I'll take that. That was close enough. Don't add too much or the pancakes will be salty. Might still taste good though. Don't even joke like that. I wasn't joking. There are salty pancakes out there too, you know. I like to make mine with shredded vegetables such as... No. I will pretend not to hear you while I sift all this flour. Oh. The bigger pieces of hazelnut and some of the brown sugar might not go through the sifter. That's okay though, just add it into the flour mix after everything else sifted through. Then you mix it by hand one last time before adding it into butter mixture. Right, then we go back. Okay, you want to pour in the flour mixture slowly. Also, this one, he didn't even mention that this one can't get lonely. What a scam. The number 3 is just not worth it. Anyway, you want to pour in flour mixture slowly, then mix it with a spatula real gentle. Ah, that's called folding. Where you mix in the wet and dry ingredients in a sort of cutting motion with the spatula. If you overmix, the pancakes will get tough. But I don't... Because it develops the gluten in the flour. Gluten is a mixture of proteins found in wheat flour, which is created when flour is mixed with water and further developed into an elastic network of elastic polymers. I'm surprised they didn't make any typos here, because this is like the most technical part. Thanks. Gluten is great for making bread. Yeah. But not so great if you want to make something softer, like pancakes. Some people are also really allergic to gluten, so I gotta clean the kitchen really well for customers with allergies. Ah, I feel bad for them because they can't have these pancakes. Maybe you can use gluten-free flour? Actually, let me check what the recipe says. Maybe it says that there's a gluten-free version. I don't see it. Let me look up the word gluten. It's not in the text. Okay. Well, it might not be the exact same, but maybe. Okay, now we leave the batter alone for about 20 minutes. Oh yeah, I guess in Imperial they actually do use minutes. Like everyone else does. This gives the baking powder time to activate and will also hydrate the flour. Yeah. Rust well batter. Right, now we go back to 1. We only need to wait a few more minutes for the batter to be ready. We should work on the egg whites now. Okay, this part is really hard. So you gotta take your whisk and whisk the egg whites a lot until it turns all white. Takes mama forever to do this. An electric whisk will make this a lot easier. That's a thing? Yeah? What is this sorcery? I'm glad they're learning from each other, you know. Measuring cups exist. Also the metric system exists. And also electric whisks exist. Electricity! That's handy. That's why it's called a hand mixer. That's not actually why it's called that. A couple drops of lemon juice in the egg whites will also help. Oh, right. Right, mama does that too. How many drops is a couple? Is that 2? Let me guess, 2 drops. Okay, they're not gonna say it. I wonder why. I always wondered why that is. Because acid helps stabilize the protein foam. A slightly lower pH will get the denatured proteins relatively loose, preventing them from folding back up. This allows the structure to be able to incorporate more air bubbles, creating a more stable form. Traditionally, the acid, most commonly used for meringue is cream of tartar. Oh yeah, I love tartar sauce. Yeah, that is a great sauce. It's great in potato salad. For seafood, yeah, I use it for like fish sticks and stuff. Yeah, fish, yeah. Before you say cats like fish, I can assure you it's a coincidence. But maybe that's why they named the famous cat after tartar sauce. Wait, tartar sauce is something completely unrelated? Seriously? Oh no. The name tartar and cream of tartar comes from potassium bitartrate, which is a potassium salt of tartaric acid. Ah, which potassium is a funny word. But it has a bad word in a minute of it. And I don't think I'm allowed to say that. I just realized. Okay, that's funny. Oh shoot, you're right. Potium. Pronounced potium. Potium. That sounds like... No. Let's stop talking about potassium. Okay. This is such a chemistry joke. Shut up. Oh my god, this is so good. I love this. This is everything I needed, man. Oh my god. The exit's soft beak right now. Do I keep going? Alma usually whisks it in turn. You can turn the ball upside down. Oh yeah, that I've seen people do that. Without anything falling out, of course. Because that would just make a huge mess. Yeah, like Celeste. Stiff beaks it is then. Half a minute of electric mixer sounds later. And it's ready now. So fast. Such is the power of technology. Yeah, people are afraid of technology now. Technology! You probably got startled there. Now we put the foam in the batter and do the fold mixing thing again. But we have to pour the egg foam into the batter, not the other way around. I'm not really following anyway, I'm just saying words. Otherwise it might mess up its conscience. I have a guilty conscience. Consistency? Yeah, I would I was just gonna say, like, that's not what you'd say there. I didn't know that it was consistency, but it was definitely not conscience. Oh, and you have to use this batter right away, or it'll go flat over time. Okay, I'll go heat up the stove then. Alright. Just check. Yeah, okay. I don't really know the other stops because it's on a stove. Okay, I'll take over then. Oh right, we don't have the regular griddle right now. It was damaged in the fire. I'll just have to make these in the pan. That's what Mama does. She uses a really heavy black pan for these. I think it's called a cat's iron pan. A cast iron pan. Yeah. I was just about to say, I've never heard of a cat's iron pan. That's the one. Silly me. We are not cats. Oh, and she adds a ton of butter to it. We only have stainless steel pan, right? Well, yeah. So butter would definitely help it not stick to the pan. Though that might not make very smooth looking pancakes. Butter tends to make it look more bubbly. But it'll taste great. I'd eat a stick of butter by itself if I could. Well, we probably won't need that much butter for this batch. Alright. Since I usually make pancakes on a big non-stick griddle, I might be a little rusty doing it the old-fashioned way. Unlike this pan, which doesn't rust because it's made of steel, because stainless. Ha, funny, yeah. I'll start heating up the pan on medium heat with some butter. About 4 or 5 out of 9 on a standard stove. We did not work like that. I thought you were gonna say something in degrees Celsius. That I would know. But like I do not know what 4 or 5 out of 9 is. That's just like a barely passing grade. Or barely not passing. I don't know. Give it maybe a couple minutes and then add a drop of water into the pan. If it sizzles, that means the pan is hot enough. Scary. Then you'll lower the heat down a notch to about 3 and... How much batter does your mom usually use? This sounds like a your mom joke, but it's not. Let's see. About 1/3 of a cup? Okay, I have one more chance, I think. What's 1/3 of a cup? Shoot, I am terrible at estimating. 40 grams? Conversion data for pancake batter not found in database. You know what? I'll make that count because I didn't know, and they also don't know. So yeah, enough batter to make a pancake about 4 inches across. Wait, I can do this. 10 centimeters. And 16... wait, 16 millimeter. No, wait. 2.54 centimeters per inch. Come on, I'll do the math. It's 10.16 centimeters. So it ends up with 5 or 6 pancakes. Wait, you're not gonna say what 4 inches is? Bro, that was my chance. No! You can make them bigger, but they'll be harder to flip. Okay, first pancake down. Let's wait about 5 minutes for that to cook. Then you can slide a spatula under it. If it feels solid enough to lift without collapsing, it's ready to flip and barely any color. I expected this. The first pancake is always ugly, true. Cook it for 4 more minutes on the other side, flip it, and done. Same on the other side too, I guess. Guess the pan isn't hot enough yet. That's okay. The Messiah shall accept the ugly pancake as sacrifice. Oh yeah, that's you. Right. Now to make the rest. Don't forget to add more butter between each pancake. Bro, you're just eating the butter, right? Oh no, you're eating the pancake, never mind. I'll crank the heat up a notch to 4 this time. Maybe this will help it brown better. I don't want to turn it up too high because it might burn. Nothing's sadder than a burned pancake. Every stove is different though, so these definitely aren't hard numbers. Yeah, because I don't even have numbers. Anyway, this pancake turned out nicer. But the pan is too hot now, so if I add more butter now, it'll explode. That's not so great. Scary. Because butter is an I did not expect this one. Because butter is an emulsion of fat and water, both of which did not mix with each other. The explosions are caused by the water rapidly turning into steam under high temperatures. Yep, that's why you don't put out a grease fire with water. I knew that. I'll lower the heat back to 3 for now. Guess we can just adjust the heat as we cook the rest. Alright. And done. Whoa. Damn. I'm still here for some reason. Yeah, you can't enjoy this, but yeah. Pancakes are my favorite food. But what's yours? Good question. I'm not sure if I have one. Yeah, they didn't think about that. The developers didn't think about that one. Because it changes all the time. Oh, that. Fair enough. It's a knife. Very dangerous. Not allowed to use the stove. Frying pan. Yep. Sink. The syrup and the hazelnut candy, which we're saving for later. Are we just about ready to put everything together? Yep. Let me do it! Alright, okay, so we stack the pancakes and add a square of butter to it like this. And then, where's the syrup? It's over here on the stove. Back in the danger zone. In the danger zone. We're starting to congeal. I do not know that word. So I'm warming it back up. Caramel syrups tend to solidify after a while because... No, okay, never mind. Especially in our case, since it's not a true caramel, so it'll get gritty as it cools. Nothing a few minutes on the stove can't fix, though. But you have to stir it the entire time or it might burn. Ah. Okay, then we pour the warm, not burnt syrup over the top and sprinkle the candy hazelnuts on top of that. And done. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Nice. Alright. So, some amount of fats, some amount of protein, lots of love, lots of friendship, lots of brown sugar, and some fats. Now, normally I would eat the whole thing myself, but you guys worked so hard on this. So we should all share. Yeah, Nico, that's not gonna work exactly with the protoman. I cannot eat. Oh, right. Oh, well, more for me. I'll just eat the extra pancake that didn't fit the stack. But that's the sad one. Sad, lonely, undecorated. Never mind. That one looks great, yeah. Professional at work. You want to eat the rest of these at a table? Yeah. Alright then, let's take a break from the kitchen. Are you just gonna stay here? I'm still here for some reason. Yeah, I do not know why. This is the storage room. Yeah, it is. I'm just gonna check if there's anything else here. Okay, I think it's just the same. Fruit of our labor. It's not actually fruit. True. Alright. Oh no. I completely forgot we were open early today. How long have you guys been waiting? 46 minutes and 4 seconds. I hope you haven't... That's not how long I've been doing this, right? Oh, I just got here. Hi, Nico. Hi, Lula. How long have I been recording for? Oh god, it could actually be... Because I've been recording for 53 minutes. Hi, Lamplighter Man. I have a name. What's you guys doing back in the kitchen? We're never gonna know his name. I was teaching Ling how to make pancakes. Wait, this is Ling? Oh my god! It's Ling from... The guy from Margin of the Strange is also Ling. Oh, wait, yeah, it makes sense. But doesn't Ling already know how to make pancakes? Not these special ones. And thank you for sharing that with me. I learned a lot today. So the master has become the student. Mostly about molecules, but... I can see why you like these so much now. It's a very involved recipe. Almost more like a cake than a pancake. What? That's so cool. Me next, me next, me next. I get to go next. Oh, you want to learn how to make these pancakes too? You might be a little too young. Even an older kid like Nico is scared of some parts. Hey, I wasn't scared, it's just self-defense, yeah. Like Kung Fu? Huh? Were you karate chopping all the pots and pans because you were scared? What, no? Because I would. Do you mean like self-preservation? Yeah, that. I don't know that word. I just don't want to be near a hot stove. Especially not around sugar lava. Exactly. Nico was just being responsible, too. Can you eat the lava? Absolutely do not eat the lava. And the responsible thing for me to do is to not let Lula anywhere near a stove. Yeah, that would not end well. We'll teach you how to make these pancakes when you're a little or a lot older, okay? Now I want to teach you how to make my favorite food. It does not have lava. Oh, in that case, sure. Yay! I guess it's open house day in the kitchen. Can I talk to you? Nope. We'll never know what this guy's name is. Anyway, how did he get in? Because this is still blocked off. I guess they can just walk over it, but Nico can't. Let's see. Do you got any bread? Okay, sure, but it's just pre-sliced. It's not the loaves you guys normally have. That's even better. Now we don't have to cut it. I like that the music is just slightly more fast-paced. Okay, you gotta cook the bread over a pan over hot coals. You have a toaster. That's even better. I got some yogurt and mix it in some salt and seasons. Seasons? Like spring and summer? Of course not, silly. Winter it is. That's not what I mean, and you know it. I'm assuming you want sea moss salt? We got a shipment from the Glen a while ago. We also have garlic salt, which tastes similar, but a lot stronger. Give me the garlics! We don't get this much back home. Okay, mix the salt with the yogurt, and then just spread this on a bread with the spoon. And I like to rip up some fish into little pieces and put it on top. Smoked fish, not alive. Do you got any? We have smoked salmon, will that work? My favorite! Then I like to put some seeds on top of the fish to make it crunchy. Will these artisanal toasted sesame seeds work? I'll take it. Yippee! This looks not that great, actually. But hey, you can make it now. Bird seed, none. Sesame seed, inferior. Energy, quite a lot. Salt, not that much. Protein, quite a lot. Fish, quite a lot. So, oh, you want to make something too? I was actually just gonna order my regular jug of coffee, but breakfast won't hurt. Look at you, eating food. Ugh. Cover your eyes, kids, or your parents might get mad. Step 1. Toast slice of bread. Step 2. Cover it with butter, room temperature. Step 3. Sprinkle on instant coffee and sugar to taste. Jesus Christ, what is this? And done? What? That's just worse bread. It tastes okay. That's breakfast. Good for children, good for grown-ups, neither. Tastes okay. Kinda. Sleep, no, because there's too much caffeine and too much sugar. For lunch, I normally mix the instant coffee into some 3-minute noodles. Oh god. You're like an average student. The cup kind. You don't need to add the sugar. Or if I'm really in a rush, I just put in a scoop of coffee into the bag of uncooked. I think you should leave the kitchen. Yeah, that was horrible. Jesus Christ. I did not... You know, I'm not that good of a cook, as I said, but I at least know not to do that, whatever that was. That was so much fun! Too bad we didn't get the karate chop any pans, though. Please do not do that. I should probably start the coffee machines. Do you want any, Nico? No thanks. Coffee is for grown-ups. I heard it's really bitter. Only if you drink it black. You might like it if in a decaf hazelnut cappuccino or mocha latte, though. I only understand one of those words. Hazelnut. I like it black. Alright, cool. Wait, you're younger than Nico. Oh. Anyway. I think that's it. Hey, that's all the characters. We've got girl with penguin. We've got Quentin. We've got ram herder. We've got other guy. We've got Calamus. We've got guy without a name. Elevator guy. We've got Protobot. We've got George, number 6 or I don't know. We've got the head engineer. No, wait. The head scientist. Plant guy and time guy. They're all here. Have you been here this whole time? Don't go running off like that. Shh. Sorry, I got hungry. Oh, we also have Rue. I didn't see her for a sec. Foraging food is so easy in the city, though. The nice guy at the cafe feeds me for free because I'm very cute and also a baby. Can't argue with that. He gives this guy here free food since he doesn't take care of himself despite being a grown-up, and his house is probably really messy. Hey, just saying. Oh, hey, what's with all the decorations? Oh, this is the trading guy, right? Is it someone's birthday? Did you just notice? I guess you could call it a birthday. It's a 10-year anniversary. Anniversary of what? Someone's wedding or I don't think anyone here is married. It's the anniversary of the original... Alright, you weren't around for that. That's okay, neither was I. Oh wait, were this character's not in the original one-shot? I was, I think. What are anniversaries but grim reminders that we are inching another year closer to our inevitable demise? Way to ruin the fun, man. I wasn't around either. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm just here for emotional support. Thanks. Yeah, a lot of us got here pretty late, didn't we? Yeah, this was all like 2016 and stuff. Especially me. Yeah, you really lost me there. Though it was 10 years ago. You think I can remember that far back? He doesn't. But I'm not gonna pass up an excuse to party. Hey, it's number 6. Because it's the A one. Hey, where's the booze? What a crowd. I'll say. Looks like I got a lot of cooking to do now, huh? Oh, I'll help. We can make, more pancakes. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Pancakes? Pancakes! Count me in. You know I'm always up for some breakfast for dinner. George, it's 8 in the morning. We're having breakfast for breakfast. It's actually like a 1:45. Let me guess, you pulled an all-nighter on those manuscripts again? You know it, babe. Breakfast for dinner or dinner for breakfast? For lunch. Because we already ate. Pancakes, that makes me nostalgic. We haven't seen them in a long time, have we? Yeah. What are you two whispering about? Just reminiscing. Probably like the real world. Where they did have pancakes, but they didn't program that into the world machine. I don't know. Nico, These must be important to you. Of course. This is my mama's special recipe. They're my favorite thing to eat, ever. Ah, how wonderful. You don't want to know how long these took to make, though. I was there. But that time is not wasted if you spent it on something you care about. It's true. These pancakes turn out really good because we spend a lot of time on them. Sick! They won't make you sick. Unless you eat 100 of them. Fun fact, if you eat 50 million bananas, you die because of radiation. I didn't even make a guess because I wasn't expecting this, but yeah, 5,500 grams. Ooh, that sounds amazing. Eating 100 pancakes? If they're as good as you say, we might just collectively. I can't eat 100 pancakes by myself. That's quitter talk. Speaking of whom, Lampman. I have a name. You're not gonna bail on us again, are you? I was just gonna go back to work, but I guess everyone is staying, so it'd be super awkward if I left now. Yeah, sure, I'll stay. I could go for second breakfast. I'm a growing baby bird and my body demands nutrients. Nutrients, but it's mostly just sugar. It's a party, so who cares? Sugar is a nutrient, technically. That means we get it. Ah, that's the spirit. Spirit? There are no spirits here. Under his breath. I'm talking about booze. Oh yeah, that was like... Oh, okay, that was supposed to be like expression text, like under his breath. Whatever. Magpie, we just said it's like 8 in the morning. What? I'm not getting much? Just a shot? Just one. One shot. Oh my... Oh, that's so good. It's so good, man. It's so good. It's so freaking good. I love it, man. I don't think this is the right kind of establishment for booze. One shot. Yeah, you got the capitalization right. Good job. Kip's right, we just have breakfast foods here mostly. Like the hundreds of pancakes coming up. Or however many orders we get. Let's not keep everyone waiting. Okay, I'll go back to work then. See you in a bit. Hey, I said I want to help. Don't start without me. Alright. That's it. One shot. 10th anniversary. Thank you for playing. Thank you for all your support in the last 10 years. Credits. Programming, Jarka Cheeser, title screen art, sheep art, fe. All other art, night margin. Writing, night margin. Music, night margin. Jarka Cheeser, pancake recipe, night margin. Original concept, night margin, Eliza Velasquez, and Jarka Cheeser. Nico Plush still available on Fangamer. Anniversary Moth Parfait. .bigcartel.com. Definitely not a sketchy website at all. See you next time. Yeah, in like 2 years. Oh, and the game just closed by itself. Nice. Let me reopen it in a classical one-shot fashion, and we'll see what happens. And I think I can then call it. Oh, it just starts from where, you know, it normally starts. I'm just gonna do display capture. Let's see if anything special happens. Oh, it just starts from the start. Okay, that's enough. Alright, well, I'm gonna end it there. So, this is like the 10th time I've sent this now, but now it's actually true. I'm just gonna end in like 2 seconds, but first, I gotta yap some more about like this game and like the fact that like it's over. Like, you do realize that it's gonna be over, right? Like, that's so... Like, this game has meant so much to me, and like